All right, what's our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. I believe someone sent us this one. Texas deputies arrest intoxicated driver for driving with lit barbecue pit.
Whoa! Now this guy's living right.
This is this is a thing. If you would have had to guess, you would have guessed Texas where this happened, and you would be right.
I would have, but I want to say Florida.
Well, no. The thing literally says Texas deputies arrest.
Oh, well, maybe he was in Florida, but the Texas deputies got him.
That's possible.
Or maybe he was from Florida, but he was in Texas. All I know is I have questions about this story, but I'm not going to talk over you because I want to know the details.
All right. Here we go. Wait, whoops. I accidentally clicked back. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Harris County Sheriff's Office arrested a man after it was discovered he was driving under the influence with a lit barbecue pit in the bed of his truck, creating a large fire.
Now, if he wasn't under the influence, but still had the pit, would it have been fine?
I'm going to guess no.
Okay.
Deputies responded to the 21,400th block. Oh my God, that's a lot of blocks. Of Aldine Westfield Road in reference to reports of a truck on fire on January 5th.
People thought this guy's car was on fire. Get out of here.
Jay Rojas, 40, was identified as the driver and displayed signs of intoxication. Standardized field sobriety test was conducted, in which he failed. Deputies discovered he was also in possession of cocaine.
Oh, well, that's what did it.
Jay Rojas was arrested and booked in the Harris County Jail, charged with driving while intoxicated and possession of a controlled substance. His bond and court info have not been set at this time. And, well, there's a picture of him. You gotta see that one.
Did you send it to me? Where's this picture? Yo, my man. He looks like I was just trying to make barbecue.
He definitely does. He looks like he's been trying.
Guys, what are you doing? I was trying to make barbecue.
But he looks like he's been making it in his mind as well.
Yeah, well, you have to see the barbecue before you can eat the barbecue.
That is true.
Be the barbecue you want to be, yeah.
And that's all the details they give us.
I have so many, did he decide before or after, was he, it's one of those things where if you're going to barbecue, you might as well drink a beer while you're barbecuing.
Right. I mean,
so did he decide to barbecue before or after he got drunk? And did the drugs show up before or after? A lot of layers to this story. Also, how many times has he cooked in the back of that truck? Because clearly, this can't be the first time.
I mean, yeah, if he's done it once, he's probably done it before. Just he hasn't been caught.
I think maybe he got too drunk and that's why the fire got out of hand. But also, what kind of pit was he using? Did he have a grill in the back? And what kind of grill? Was he using charcoal or was he using gas?
Yeah, these are all big questions. Plus, what was he cooking?
Very important questions.
Was he cooking anything?
Yeah, what was he cooking? Was it burgers? Was it a steak? Was he making dogs?
Was it
Did he have some
nothing?
brats on there? What was going on?
Yeah, maybe he wasn't cooking anything. Maybe he was taking it somewhere to start cooking.
Yeah, maybe it was cold, and so he lit the back of his truck on fire.
Or maybe it was like Gondor calling for aid. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe he discovered the drugs. He didn't take the drugs. He discovered them, and he called for aid to fight off the drug dealers. You don't know what was going on there.
Nobody asked him any questions.
Nobody asked him any questions. He could be a hero.
This is why they need us at the Tallahassee 5. we can ask.
We are
the big
two of the Tallahassee 5. You know what? The Tallahassee 5, the more you say it, the less it sounds like a cool gang of thieves and more like guys who are charged with armed robbery. The Tallahassee 5 go on trial today.
Well,
yeah, it seems less cool the more we say it.
Yeah, that's like most things.
Yeah, I like this podcast.
If you will.
All right. Let's go with our big news story of the day.
Big news story of the day.
You sounded less like you were singing a song and more like you were one of the ghosts that haunt the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
I am the ghost of the pirates.
I don't like that. I am the ghost of the pirates. Ha 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 ha. That's a terrible song. That's a terrible song.
I'm a ghost. What are you gonna do?
Of the pirates.
So we got the big news story of the day. This one is a Massachusetts man.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what he does. Besides being somehow both charming and racist, what's going on with Massachusetts man?
Well, Massachusetts man crashes car into liquor store, breaks in, decides to smoke, drink, and snack.
Okay. I mean, he did just crash. He needed a moment.
That's true. First up, here's the picture. Kind of looks like Voldemort.
Whoa, he does have a Voldemort look.
Chief James McIntyre reports that the Stoneham Police Department arrested a man that allegedly crashed his vehicle and broke into a liquor store on Saturday and charged him with assaulting
by the way, speaking of Voldemort,
yep.
Charming, but racist. Yeah, same thing.
That is true.
Or I guess mugglist, but same thing.
Yeah. He hated those muggles. He hated them.
He's so much muggle hate.
Which,
In
by
fact,
the way,
calling them
like,
muggles seems offensive.
It's such
They're people, man.
Like, thinking about that in terms, just like, it's weird just to be like, oh, those are muggles, like humans that just can't do magic. You know what I mean? It's just weird.
Yeah, you know what? Wizards. They're the problem, not us.
Yeah, wizards are the problem. Anyway, he crashed his vehicle and broke into a liquor store, tried to assault officers. On Saturday, January 8th at approximately 1 a.m., Stoneham police were dispatched to Rapid Liquors, located at 171 Main Street, for a report of a triggered burglary alarm. The Rapid Liquors, like, how fast do you got to get your liquor? You know, like, why can't they just have like a
rapidly? Rapidly is how fast.
Do you need it that fast? Like, what about like moderately timed liquors?
I always thought, look, the idea of a liquor drive-through, which exists, I always thought was crazy, but here we are.
Yeah. Upon arrival, they located a vehicle that had crashed into the doorway of the store. Officers entered the doorway and observed the suspect, later identified as 54-year-old John Bacigalupo of Revere.
Yep.
Inside the business near the cash registers, smoking a cigar, drinking a beer, and eating chips. Officers commanded Bacigalupo to exit the store. However, he allegedly refused to comply. He told officers he was armed with a firearm and said they needed to shoot him while motioning behind his back to his waistline. Bacigalupo continued to refuse to comply with officers' commands, repeating that he had a firearm and they needed to shoot him.
What?
In an attempt, he wanted to be shot, apparently. In an attempt to de-escalate the situation, they deployed their Taser brand electronic control weapon 3 times. However, it had no effect on Bacigalupo. He's taser-proof. Officers attempted to take Bacigalupo into custody and struggles ensued. At one point, Bacigalupo allegedly struck an officer in the face and merchandise fell from the shelves. Eventually, they were able to place him under arrest. He refused medical treatment and was transported to the Stoneham police station where he was booked. Bacigalupo was charged with assault and battery on a police officer, breaking and entering in the nighttime, larceny under 1200, malicious destruction of property under 1200, malicious destruction of property over 1200, and resisting arrest. I wish to commend the 3 Stoneham police officers for apprehending a dangerous suspect who was willing to use violence against them to resist arrest. They did a great job restraining and using their training experience to de-escalate a violent situation. I am grateful the situation was brought to an end without serious injury either a suspect or a responding officer, Chief McIntyre said. Bacigalupo's being held on $100,000 of bail is expected to be arraigned Monday at Woburn District Court. The incident remains under investigation.
I guess. I think I can figure out what happened there, but okay.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist.
Yeah, like, there's a lot to investigate here. We have to really sift through the evidence. Like, okay, do your work, I guess.
Big thing here, this dude's taser proof. It wasn't getting brought down.
I have a feeling a lot of people in mass are taser proof.
He's like the Hulk. Just keeps shooting him, and he's like, like ripping it off with a cigar in his mouth. Just takes another puff.
Yeah, well, you got to watch out for those guys.
Just in Boston, like, you think that's gonna do it to me?
For some reason, he's eating a meatball sub while he's doing it.
I grew up on the streets of Boston.
Who am I kidding? It's not a meatball sub. It's clearly Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh yeah, it's a Dunkin' Donuts.
He's eating a Dunkin' Donut. He has a coffee in his hand. Actually, it's a Dunkachino.
Oh
He's
yeah,
like,
it's a Dunkachino.
What are you trying to do? You're trying to shoot me?
Don't tase me, bro.
I love Boston. Boston's one of my favorite cities, but it's also filled with the most irate people I've ever met in my life, and I have no idea why. I cannot figure out why the people that live there are so angry all the time.
I know.
Like, it's such a beautiful, it's a wonderful place. And most of the time when you talk to people, they're lovely, but there's also, even underneath the loveliness, they're ready to lash out at anyone at any time. There's always like an undercurrent of like one bad word and I'm freaking out. And you're like, okay, wow, all right.
That's Massachusetts, Maine.
All right. Well, just drop that. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day, the one we talked about earlier that I don't know if it's real, that I think is fake. Man breaks into Burger King and drinks gallons of deep frying oil.
This has to be fake. Or it wasn't hot oil, but even though, like, it's all right. Take me away.
I mean, there's nothing. It was just a headline.
What?
So then,
you can't find the story?
Well, I Googled it, and I found a fact check thing. And it says, an article spreading online claims that a man broke into Burger King outlet, drank 25 gallons of used frying oil is false. Despite the outlandish claim that 510-pound Romeo Carter broke into Miami Burger King to drink the oil, everyone remains skeptical, and rightly so. The story is entirely fictional. There is no Romeo Carter. The mugshot is someone else, and the entire story is designed to garner likes and shares on social media.
You know what's crazy about this?
What?
I literally typed in "man breaks into," and then Burger King meme popped up as an option. I clicked it, and you're totally right about this being a thing to garner likes on social media.
Yeah.
There is a post in 2017. There's a post in 2021. This goes back years. This goes back in. I'm starting to see things that are saying 2016. So this is definitely one of those things that comes around on the internet every so many years, and people just forget it, and they're like, "Ha ha, crazy."
But at least we do have a real story.
Oh
that
boy,
involves food and stuff. So this one is about Waffle House in Florida.
This is definitely real.
Florida man. A shirtless Florida man is behind bars after losing his temper over some bacon in a Florida Waffle House.
All of this rings totally true to me so far. Yeah.
According to investigators, Cape Coral police arrested 28-year-old Martin Alvarez on Wednesday after he had a meltdown over his bacon and how it should be cooked at Waffle House. According to police, Alvarez was shirtless, yelling racial slurs at employees when they arrived, and when they attempted to arrest Alvarez, he resisted and was threatened with a taser. According to police, Alvarez screamed, quote, "You better cook the effing bacon right."
No, did he scream that at the police?
I don't know. Do you think they were going to cook his bacon?
Maybe that's why he thought they showed up there. It's like, finally, someone can cook my bacon properly.
Alvarez faces charges of disorderly intoxication, resisting an officer, and simple assault. Alvarez is in the Lee County Jail and has a hearing on February 4th.
It's stories like this that make me wonder about the backstory of before he got there without a shirt. And then he was like, make me food, and then was angry about the bacon. what was this dude's day like? What brought him to this moment? And I have a very good example of that thought process carried out. So on Reddit, in my favorite part of Reddit,
right.
the public freakout, there was a guy in a smoothie shop, and he was screaming up a storm, just like, "You damn kids!" And he's swearing at him, and he's getting racist as hell. And then he takes his smoothie and chucks it at the back of this girl's head. And they call the cops. And the police show up, and they arrest this guy. And the internet found out that he's like a Merrill Lynch banker and all this stuff. And I was like, I got it. What brought this guy to this moment? There has to be information about this. And there was. For the first time in a long time, there was information. And it is exactly the kind of thing you would expect, where basically... I backtraced this whole thing back to the beginning. It was beautiful. So I was like, okay, this guy comes in. What information do we know? Well, he came in to complain that they gave him a smoothie with nuts in it, and his son has a nut allergy. And so backtracing even more, I discovered that when he first ordered and left, he gave his son the smoothie. His son started to break out into like an allergic attack of some sort, and so he had to rush his son to the hospital. So he was furious, came back to yell at the people who made the smoothie. Except he was like, I said, no nuts, no nuts, no, you almost killed my son. And that's why he was mad. But it turned out, and this is the best part, according to the video feed of when he ordered, all he said was, don't put peanut butter in it. And I was like, oh my God, this is everything I could have wanted. So he made the initial mistake. His son is in the hospital. He came back and took his anger out on those girls. And then the internet blew him up. And now he is a former Merrill Lynch banker. But yeah, it was that kind of thing where I was like, I need to know the whole story. And that is something most news does not do. And so every time we're on this damn show and we get a news story, it's always like half the story and we're missing everything else. And all I'm saying is, that version, learning the whole thing, was so much better than, like, asshole guy throws a smoothie at a girl, you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's always another story.
Yes, there was so much backstory. I was like, oh my God, there was ups and downs, and I was like on his side for a minute, and then I was like, whoa, this guy's a dick. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
It's, well, here's the thing, too. This dude got arrested at 8 a.m., so he was... He was wasted.
So he had
at
a
8
long
a.m.
ass night.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is it? Did he lose his shirt? Was he like out in the swamp and like a gator stole his shirt? And he was like, oh, I need to get some bacon. I'm tired of, oh my God.
The most important
my
thing,
best shirt.
Did they cook the bacon right or not?
And
we'll
what
never
does
know.
he consider right? You know what I mean? Bacon is a spectrum.
It is. Yeah, some people like it burned. Some people just want it like slightly crispy. Some don't want it crispy at all.
Yeah, and depending on how new that bacon is.
Yes.
Because there's
a lot
like
of factors.
Yeah, there's so many factors.
I guess we'll never know.
We will never know. They took that guy away. They were like, you know what? We don't even want to talk about it. That guy's gone.
Well, that's the stories of the day.
All right. Well, speaking of gone, we're about to get gone. Hey.
Ew.
All right. Let's get to that big news story of the day.
Big news story of the day. So I've found 3 small news stories of the day. That honestly, they're all pretty solid, but they don't go into detail, which is their big problem.
I am ready.
So this one's funny because this is okay. Well, yeah, there we go. So first one, quote, the article is called, quote, "Call my grandma, drunk Florida man taken by police from Tampa International Airport." A man preparing to board a Spirit Airlines flight. Yep, Spirit Airlines.
Call my grandma.
On Wednesday, took a trip with police after a drunken tirade in Terminal A at Tampa International Airport. Call my grandma. Tell her I'm not coming, the man said. I'm so effing angry.
He pulled the tell my grandma I'm not coming?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm so effing angry. Carry me, the man said to police. I'm so effed up. In the video, you can hear the man say to the Spirit employee, "You already owe me $262.18 because you charged me twice because you're a piece of shit." The man was escorted from Terminal A in a wheelchair.
Well, they did carry him in a way. They wheeled him, which is like a carry.
That's true.
Kinda.
So yeah, that's story. That's all we got.
You know what? That's all we need. Let's be real.
That's true. I think it was just a crazy.
That's all we needed from that story. Yeah.
Next up, we have Florida man steals $33,000 in rare coins, uses them in change machines. A Florida man stole more than $30,000 in rare coins and cashed them in for a fraction of their value at change machines at area grocery stores.
That says so much. Like, it doesn't say anything about the man and everything about the fact that, like, he was like, I just need to live. I just want money.
Palm Beach's sheriff office investigators said Shane Anthony Melly stole the rare presidential coins valued at $1,000 each and other items worth a total of $350,000. Investigators said he sold some of the coins to a pawn shop for $4,000, then exchanged the majority of them through Coinstar at the grocery stores, which would only give face value for them a fraction of their worth. He was arrested and charged with grand theft and unrelated drug charges. So,
that sucks for whoever those coins were, because I don't know how you get those back.
Oh yeah, you'd have to go through the Coinstar machines and maybe
they're
that's how they
gone.
figured it out. There's who put these rare presidential coins in the Coinstar machine?
I mean, I guess you're right. They do all have cameras, right?
Yeah. And then the grand finale. A guy on drugs tried to claim his bag of syringes was, quote, for fishing.
Well, it's hard out there on the open seas.
Cops in Vero Beach, Florida got a call Saturday afternoon about a 30-year-old named Eric Bennett who was, quote, visibly intoxicated on an unknown substance.
Yeah, he was.
While they were talking to him, they noticed his pockets were filled with something because they were bulging out. So they asked him if he
put drugs in his pockets?
Probably just had drugs in his pockets. So they asked him if he had any weapons on him, and he responded by telling them he had a bag full of syringes, but he claimed they weren't for drugs, they were for fishing. He said he used them for fishing but didn't elaborate, and he didn't have any other fishing equipment on him. He did have cigarettes with a bag of fentanyl inside, though. How else you think you're going to catch these fish? You give them the fentanyl, they pass out, and then you syringe them.
Wait, hold on. Is that what he said?
No, that's what I said.
Oh, I was about to say, is that from the article? Because that is a pretty solid, look, officer, what I do is I crumble them up, like goldfish, and I sprinkle them on the top of the water, and the fish come up, and they eat them, and then when they're laying there, I scoop them up. And to make sure they don't flop around my boat, I stick them with the syringe. You don't want to count that they're very high. So, who knows what's going on in their little fish heads.
He's been arrested for grand theft, drunk driving, driving without a license, and possession of drug paraphernalia in the past. He's due in court next month. You
know what? At least he's sticking with it. That's good.
Yeah, at least, he's sticking with what he believes in.
Yeah, what he knows. He's doing what he knows.
That's really, at the end of the day, that's what we all do.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, what's our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day.
I can't wait to see what you choose. We have a plethora of news.
Oh my God! Yeah, we do. Okay. We have. Man, you were right. Some weeks was no news, and some weeks
there's just a lot. Yeah,
there's too much. I typed in Florida man. There's Florida man arrested after train hits stolen car. Car flies in the nearby home. There's the much better one here, which is massive brawl breaks out at Golden Corral buffet.
I mean, that doesn't seem like news, though. I feel like that happens all the time.
If there's a massive brawl, had to be good if it's
Golden Corral is definitely... Yeah. Did I ever tell you that when I taught, I used to have a student named Golden Carol? And everyone was like, your family did not name you Golden Corral.
Oh my
And he's
God.
like, no, Golden Carol. And I was like, it's clever, but also it's Golden Corral. Let's not pretend.
How old is the Golden Corral? Has it been around a long ass time?
I would imagine. Yeah.
I thought it was more of a recent thing.
No, it's been around a while, and it's the same vibe as Sizzler.
Sizzler? What's that?
Oh my God. Sizzler? You know what's a
No.
Golden Corral founded in 1973.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess you're right. Man.
Sizzler founded 1958. Oh, maybe the reason why you don't have Sizzler there is because it was founded straight up in Culver City, California, like up the street from me.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
It might be
got him here.
Yeah, there's Western Sizzlin', Swenson's, Red Lobster, Golden Corral. Wow, wait a minute. People who searched for Sizzler also searched for the following things. This is the most Midwestern list of shit I've ever seen in my life. People who searched for Sizzler also looked up Western Sizzlin'. Don't know what that is, but it's a funny-ass name. Looks like a steakhouse. Golden Corral, Red Lobster, Swenson's, Shakey's Pizza Parlor, The Pizza Company, Applebee's, Outback, Denny's, Texas Roadhouse, Olive Garden, Ponderosa. Man, I haven't heard that name in a while. Chili's, IHOP, Red Robin, TGI Fridays, Starbucks, Cracker Barrel, Marie Callender's, Boston Market, Black Bear Diner, and McDonald's. That is the most Midwestern shit I've ever heard in my life. That is basically what growing up, that was my options in Dayton, Ohio. We're pretty much roughly that.
Well, if you want fine dining, we can't go to Red Lobster. That's just too expensive.
Although we also had back in the day, we had Chi-Chi's, which was a Mexican place.
That, yeah.
And they had deep fried ice cream that was amazing.
What?
Yeah, deep fried ice cream. That was great. And then there was it was an Italian restaurant that was like better than Olive Garden because they gave you bread with oil. Like the oil, little tray of oil. I don't know what that place was called. But that place was pretty all right for being just, one step above an Olive Garden. However, I don't think it exists anymore. Olive Garden's still around.
Yep, that's true.
I feel like that says a lot about Olive Garden. It has staying power.
Chi-Chi's, I remember seeing Chi-Chi's like all over the place. And I remember being like, what's that as a kid? But I never went to
They went
one.
bankrupt. They lost, I guess, whatever company owned them sold them.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
That sucks. No Chi-Chi's.
No Chi-Chi's. No more. Yeah, what's crazy is there's an Olive Garden technically right near me, and I would not ever know that. Where the hell is this? There's an Olive Garden in the mall near me? No.
A Olive Garden?
Actually, I do know that Olive Garden. Never mind. I'm a liar. I bought my uncle a gift card to Olive Garden once from there. It was a Christmas gift card, and he likes Olive Garden, so I got him Olive Garden gift card.
It's just like that time we looked up Olive Garden sodium levels.
Yeah, and it's too high is the answer.
It's way too high. It's actually insane. Like it's like 3 times the amount of sodium.
Oof, that is, no thank you. Hard pass.
Like it was like 5,000 milligrams of sodium. You're supposed to have like 2,000 a day. Where was I going? Oh yeah, the story. Massive brawl breaks out at Golden Corral buffet. Let's just do this one. We've got.
We might as well. We're already in.
Dozens of ticked-off diners got into an all-out brawl that was caught on video at Golden Corral Buffet in Pennsylvania after the eatery ran out of steak. Shocking footage from the Friday fracas shows a mob of patrons hurling punches and chairs, including baby seats, while others in the crowd scramble to safety.
Oh man, why is it always? It's always chairs. Once the chairs are broken out, it's a fight.
Oh yeah,
every time. And if you throw in baby seats, that's just rude. That's rude.
Yeah, that's just. There was a shortage of steak, and 2 parties were involved, and one family cut in front of another family. They were taking their time, and they ran out of steak.
Whoa! There was a shortage of steak?
Yeah, shortage of steak.
At the Golden Corral Steakhouse?
Yeah.
They deserve, the fight. They deserve the fight. They deserve to have that restaurant tore up for that. Are you kidding me? At the steakhouse, there was no steak? I understand why people were mad.
Just like at the Waffle House when I couldn't get a waffle.
Yeah, I get why people at Waffle House tear that place up. It's all starting to click now.
They were taking their time. They ran out of steak, and it got into a heated exchange at the tables. We are aware of an unfortunate disturbance that started between two parties of guests at our franchise restaurant in Pennsylvania. We notified
This was a
local
PA
authorities.
thing, of course it was.
The old PA thing. Actually, yeah, it makes sense. Some angry Pennsylvania people, probably near Philadelphia or something.
Oh, man. I would hope it's near Pittsburgh, so they called each other Yuns when they did it. Yuns is stupid! And they threw tables at each other or something.
If I know Eagles fans, this has got to be near Philadelphia.
You're right. Yeah, touche.
Thankfully, no serious injuries reported. The Ben Salem Township Police Department. Where's Ben Salem?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. That
is
Ben
a
Salem, PA.
very Pennsylvania town name.
Yeah.
Ben Salem.
PA is, oh boy, the
Yeah,
first
it's
image
right
I
by
see.
Philadelphia. I knew it.
It's out. Wow, it's like in between Philly and New York.
Yeah.
It also has the vibe of like a place where a bunch of rich people live.
Oh yeah, it just shows a horse walking around or something.
Yeah, the it definitely has like a whoa. Never mind.
I don't know if rich people want a golden corral near them.
Oh, I don't think they have much of a choice. Golden Corral is gonna end up where Golden Corral ends up.
It's like spreading the Nurgle plague, just slowly.
Yeah, you don't get a choice of where Golden Corral shows up.
It's like, what's getting built over there? Oh, it's just spawning a new Golden Corral.
I'm convinced that that's the case when it comes to like KFCs. KFCs just appear. Yeah. And I cannot explain why they've chosen to be where they're at.
Oh my god, that's right. You were going to bring up the you showed me that review bra video I saw where he tried the KFC fake chicken.
Yes, I went to KFC.
Right.
I tried it. It was not bad, but it's not great. I think he just got really crappy ones.
Yeah.
Because his were like hard and awful looking. Yeah, I realized that no matter how much they try to sell me on the idea that chicken is just like proteins and whatever, it's not. Like chicken tastes different than fake chicken. It's just a fact.
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean,
however,
I think
once you put sauce on it, once you dip it, there was no difference. That sauce is overpowering. Barbecue, honey mustard, whatever you put in that, it's overpowering.
I think it's cool to have the option, though. I do like that it's like a thing.
Oh, agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot. I got that the aardvark sauce.
Yo, did you use it on stuff?
I literally used it yesterday, and it was great.
Amazing.
I love it.
Amazing. Yeah, it's very, very good. I cannot express how delicious it is. I ran out and just bought 2 more bottles.
Oh my god.
I buy it online because I can get 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm like, all right. So I just ordered some, and it's gonna show up, and I'll be like, ooh, who's getting something spicy tonight to eat? Me, this guy,
that guy.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the story.
All right, what's our big news story?
Big news story of the day. So we've got one of 2. Would you rather have 500-pound bear known as Hank the Tank breaks into another Lake Tahoe home? Or we have a sister in naked drunk brawl at Disney World after one calls other a bad mum.
That I feel like is sad. I don't want to hear the sad story.
That does feel sad. Let's hear about Hank the Tank.
So about Hank the Tank.
A 500-pound bear broke into a home in South Lake Tahoe on Friday. And this isn't the first time. The bear, known as Hank the Tank, has broken into dozens of homes in the area.
Hell yeah, he has.
It's become quite the problem for locals. Locals are contemplating whether or not to have the bear killed, as they believe it may be the only option at this point.
What?
The bear is well known and now wanted by the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. A spokesperson said the bear has damaged dozens of homes and is responsible for more than 150 calls. Well, yeah, you're building your house on his home.
Yeah, I was about to say, the bear's not trapped in there with you. You're trapped in there with the bear. You made the mistake.
Yeah. If you can't handle Hank the Tank, get out.
They should have to leave offerings for Hank the Tank.
They should.
In order to have our community survive, we must all leave offerings for Hank the Tank.
See, this is the problem. These are the same people like, trophies are ruining our kids. No, it's you. Instead of, you're just trying to get rid of the problem by just like, oh, just kill it. It's like, no, you're the problem.
Just kill it. That guy's been around longer than you, and he will be here. That is the forest spirit. How dare you?
This is Hank the Tank. The Department of Fish and Wildlife has been trying to track Hank for more than 6 months. These are neighborhoods. There's a lot of people around, traffic and cars, so we have to do this in a way that is safe for both the public and the bear. This is a severely food-habituated bear. What that means is that this is a bear that has lost all fear of people, and it sees people and homes as a source of food.
Hell yeah, he does. Get him, Hank.
Hell yeah. The most recent break-in took place on Catalina Drive Friday morning. The bear had broken a small window and squeezed into the home? Yes. Dude, he's breaking a small window and squeezing in as like a 500-pound bear.
I love him.
Where the homeowners had no idea how to get him out. Officers responded and banged on the outside of the house until Hank came out the back door. They then stayed in the area to ensure he continued on his way without damaging or entering other homes. I've been in the town 40 years, and I've been locking my doors recently, and I've never done that, said Tim Johnson, local resident. Well, maybe you should lock your doors anyway, Tim.
Yeah, this all seems like humans not realizing that they aren't the top of the food chain anymore.
Yeah, Hank's the top.
Hank the Tank is top. That's damn right.
Killing it is a move the Bear League calls cruel and unnecessary. Yeah, I agree with the Bear League, and I don't even know who they are.
We are pro Bear League. I'm going to look them up right now.
We don't want anybody to get hurt. Nobody wants that, one person said. We don't want the bear to die either. The Bear League said it's still waiting to hear back from Fish and Wildlife about possible sanctuary move. Meanwhile, a meeting on the issue is set for Wednesday night in Tahoe Keys.
I love the Bear League is savebears.org. And it looks like it was made in GeoCities. It has there's an animated GIF at the bottom of a bear in a trash can, and he pokes his head out and he's like, "What's going on?"
I see it. This is no doubt a GeoCities website.
The bear that's like in the middle, and he's like, "We are naturally afraid of you and are very easily scared off. We're also intelligent and quickly learn from experience." I love this. Is there anything I can buy from them?
Also, that is Hank the Tank. Look at him. That is how can that guy squeeze through a small window? That's like a mystery of nature.
No way, Hank the Tank.
That guy's powerful.
I've never felt such a kinship to a bear in my life. Hank the Tank and I, God, some days that's exactly how I feel. Oh, Hank, he looks exactly like me some days. Where I'm just sitting there like, bro, I just want a burger.
You're just gonna open your dating app and it's Hank the Tank. I must call him Frank. Hank the Tank, and he's just like showing pictures of his leg.
Absolutely, I'll recognize that leg and be like, yes. I'd be like, look, Hank, I don't know how a relationship between a man and a bear works, but we're gonna make it. You and me, we're gonna make it after all.
And then like a montage plays, just like me and you.
They have to shop Amazon to support us. They have to have merch, right?
They gotta.
Well, that didn't work. I clicked the Amazon link and it took me just to normal Amazon. That doesn't help anyone.
They have a bear magnet campaign. Wait, is this a magnet?
I clicked it and it took me to another page that looked like it was made in GeoCities.
Oh yeah, it did. Wildlife.
There's nothing on here I can buy. I want to buy I want a shirt that says Bear League.
That's true. A Bear League shirt would be good.
I want a Bear League shirt, and it has to just have Hank the Tank in that photo of him just like, "Brrr."
Yeah, I clicked shop Amazon. You're right. It just takes you to Amazon.
It just takes you to Amazon. That's what I'm saying. Like, support us by going to Amazon. Like, oh, okay.
I guess if you buy stuff on Amazon, it's like an affiliate program. I don't know.
That doesn't help anyone.
Yeah, I want to. Where's the tank shirts? Either way, that's
Well,
that's the news story of the day.
yes, it is. All right. That's it for us. Thank you so much for listening and watching. However, enjoying this podcast, Crendor, hit him with the socials.
We've got socials. We've got youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast, all one word. Go check out all those podcasts, all up on YouTube. You can also find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and other podcast places. I don't know, wherever you get podcasts. Also, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor, if you want to see all the animations. There's just a new one that went up about TikTok. Very
TikTok.
good. Very fun. Very funny animation. Go see it. Also,
very funny.
Very funny. Very
Go
funny.
see it.
Check out all our other stuff. We got youtube.com/Jesse Cox, youtube.com/Crendor, patreon.com/Jesse Cox, patreon.com/Crendor. Twitter Jesse Cox, Twitter Crendor, Facebook Jesse Cox, Facebook Crendor, Instagram Notorious Cox, Instagram Crendor was taken, and YouTube Warhammer Crendor if you like Warhammer, and the Hank the Tank.
There you go, Hank the Tank. I'm gonna. Yep. We might have to sell a Hank the Tank shirt.
Oh yeah, we have to.
We need man. We need someone out there to make a big honking chunk or Hank the Tank.
It's just Hank the Tank driving an actual tank.
you know those awful images of like Trump riding a tank, holding an American flag. We need that, but it's just Hank the
Tank. I'd love it. I'd buy one instantly.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
That's everything.
All right, what is our big news story of the day?
So the big news story of the day that literally everyone has been tweeting us. DNA evidence reveals Hank the Tank isn't one bear, but several.
Yes!
Now, some people might say, oh, so it was just 3 bears. I have taken this as Hank has learned how to branch off into various different animals.
He got that Naruto Hokage. She's making multiples of himself.
He's like, shit, they're on to me. I gotta start breaking up.
Or this could be kind of, like Spartacus, where it's like, I am Spartacus. Other bears have been like, I am Hank the Tank.
Yeah.
I am Hank the... And now they're all working together. Hell yes.
Yeah.
They were going to kill him, and now every bear is like, you have to kill me too.
In this version of the story, we thought we understood. Hank the Tank was a hungry trespasser, unbothered by human concerns such as doors and manners. Still, that is mostly correct. But in an unexpected twist, since the black bear story attracted international media attention this week, California Department of Fish and Wildlife on Thursday said the bear had not acted alone.
Uh-oh.
According to the agency, DNA evidence collected over the past several months showed that at least 3 bears were involved in the break-ins that had been reported in the Lake Tahoe area. Until the update, all the incidents had been pinned on Hank, whose portly frame and prodigious appetite were looked on across the world as some mix of admirable and relatable, and to those whose homes were invaded, perhaps a little terrifying.
Meanwhile, my boy over there literally just trying to live his life.
Just trying to live.
He's like, excuse me, sorry, I know I'm in the way. I was hoping to get some breakfast today. That's rude. That's rude. They're like, kill him. How dare you?
Hey, he doesn't know what he's doing in his mind. He's just like, time to get food. This place got food.
I hate your bear. Time to get food. This place has food.
That's probably what happens.
Yeah.
Time to get food. As it turns out, humans are not great at telling bears apart.
Yeah.
Identifying bears simply by their visible physical characteristics can lead to misidentifying bears and therefore confusing management efforts. In good news for Hank, authorities said he would most likely avoid being euthanized, which had been considered a possibility since he had apparently lost his fear of humans, With multiple bears involved, the department said it would work in the coming weeks and months to trap, tag, and study them, and then release them back into more suitable habitats. The department is not going to euthanize any bears that are trapped during this effort, it said. Thus far, those who have encountered the bears have said they've been perfectly fine house guests aside from the food theft and occasional trail of destruction.
Aside from all that.
Yeah, there's some humans that will probably do that. Food theft and trails of destruction.
I mean, that dude tried to get me to buy him a number 2.
Exactly.
He was like, buy me a number 2. If it was a bear, here's the thing. If it was a bear, I would have done it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my
no
God,
doubt.
that bear spoke to me. Yes, you get one.
He just sits there and eats. Ann Bryant, executive director of Bear League, said. He doesn't attack
that's my
them.
problem. This bear and I have more in common than I'd like to admit.
He doesn't attack them. He doesn't growl. He doesn't make rude faces. People in the area, a natural habitat for bears, have long coexisted with the large furry animals. Residents have learned not to leave food out and to seal their trash in bear-proof containers. But residents of Tahoe Keys, a gated community about 190 miles northeast of San Francisco, have called police on the bears about 100 times since July. It's not clear how the bears obtained a taste for human food. Department officials and local police have tried to haze the bears with paintballs, beanbags, sirens, and tasers, but to little avail.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Leave those bears alone. They're
Yeah.
just trying to get some. If anything, they should leave them picnic baskets out, and then they'll take them, and then they'll be fine.
Exactly. This is why they're doing it all wrong.
Yeah, haven't they watched Yogi? It's easy. Hey, boo-boo, a picnic basket, and then you go take it. And and the ranger would try and stop him, but Yogi win every time. So all I'm saying is just let the bear have the food.
Let the bear have the food. Put it in a picnic basket. Leave it out.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
God. Problem solved. I don't understand why they got to make it so difficult.
So dumb. This is why they need us.
It is exactly why they need us. Let's get to our big news story of the day.
Big news story of the day. We got 2 of them. They're smaller ones.
Okay, I always love when we got 2 choices.
Now, we're just doing both.
Okay.
All right. We're starting with Guinness declares massive Israeli strawberry as world's heaviest.
I love the idea of I'm in the Guinness Book of World Records. Oh, for what? Heaviest strawberry.
Yeah, like
It's like a weird statement.
when did it become a thing? It's like, I grew the biggest fruit, biggest vegetable.
Probably America. I'm sure we had something to do with it. I grew the biggest pumpkin, and I got it in the Guinness Book of World Records. Okay, cool.
And then just branched out into the world. Or was just, we just stole it somehow.
I mean,
wouldn't
we
surprise
can and will, yeah.
Or the British did. 100%. Because they can't grow anything. So they just stole the biggest strawberries and took them back. After a year-long jam, a mammoth Israeli strawberry is entering the record books. Weighing a whopping 289 grams, 10.19 ounces more than a pound, the titanic berry this week was declared the world's largest by the Guinness World Record books.
It doesn't look good, though. I expect it to look like a badass strawberry, and it just doesn't.
It just looks old and sad.
I feel like that strawberry sometimes.
And moldy.
Oh, man. Yeah.
We waited for a year for the results, Ariel said. We kept it in the freezer for a year. It's no longer as pretty as it was. The supersized strawberry is a local variety called Lan, tends to grow to a hefty size. So the record-setting specimen has shrunk to about half the size it was the year before. Previous record holder for the heaviest strawberry was a Japanese fruit grown in 2015 in Fukuoka that tipped the scales of 8.8 ounces, 250 grams. The weight turned out to be fruitful, Ariel said. He jumped up and down in his...
No, get out of town.
He jumped up and down and... Wait. He jumped up and down in his car, laughing and singing when he got the news. We were very happy to be in the Guinness World Records. At least he's happy.
Yeah, I mean, you earned it.
Yeah.
I guess.
And then we've got this story. also involving food.
What? Okay.
Customers accuse Las Vegas restaurant of selling THC-tainted Thai food.
How? Crendor, how? Although, it sounds amazing, but how?
Well, more than 30 people who ate at a Thai restaurant in Vegas this year have reported getting sick. Health officials are investigating what led up to what they called an unusual illness. Patrons of the Secret of Siam restaurant located on Centennial Center Boulevard reported increased heart rates, blurred vision, disorientation, loss of consciousness, and numbness or tingling within hours of being at the restaurant.
Loss of consciousness? What the hell kind of weed was in this?
This is crazy weed.
Damn, they got dosed. Wow.
A phone number for the restaurant, which has been closed since earlier this month, rang unanswered. The health district is asking anyone who ate there in January or February to take a survey on the website. Vegas police have also fielded some reports of illness. Restaurant opened in 2019 and consistently passed inspection, they reported. Some customers have told local news outlets they suspected their food was tainted with THC, the compound in cannabis that produces the high sensation, after seeking medical attention and testing positive for it.
I can't even. But like what? How?
Maybe they just they were cooking and they're like, use the oil, and then he thought it was the THC oil and accidentally used the THC oil they were using for after work.
But like the amount of oil involved, that if they just dumped a bunch of THC, that's like $1,000 worth of oil. Like they just.
Well, yeah, they're probably upset about it. They're probably like, dumped all my weed oil into the food. We got to serve this.
That would explain why everyone there almost just passed out right there. I can only imagine.
Oh yeah,
the amount of THC needed for you to just be like, oh, I'm gonna take a nap right here. Okay, good night, everybody. I can't. Wow, that is ludicrous. Okay.
Yeah, and those are your big news stories of the day.
Big news story. Hit us. Let's go.
Big news story. This one we've gotten tweeted. I've seen it. Here we go. Florida man asks police to test meth for authenticity.
Well, I mean, if you're going to go to anyone, the police, they would know.
That's true. They would know. Officers said they would be happy to test the authenticity of illegal narcotics for anyone else who might be questioning what they purchased. A Florida man...
Florida man. I knew where this story was going.
Yeah.
Florida man. Yeah.
A Florida man was arrested after he called police and asked them to test his methamphetamine's authenticity. Thomas Eugene Colucci of Spring Hill called the Hernando County Sheriff's Office on Thursday asking for officers to test meth he had recently purchased. Colucci told officers he was, quote, an experienced drug user and believed he had been sold bath salts instead of meth. They said he told police he knew what it should feel like and the substance wasn't producing the desired effect.
See, he knew something was up.
He knew something was up.
The police should have helped him. The police should have helped him out.
Colucci said he wanted the police to test the meth so others wouldn't buy fake meth from the person who sold it to him.
He's looking out for the community. I don't understand the problem here.
Yeah, all right. This guy's a friendly meth guy. And he probably bought it from, like, Tito Watts or some shit.
Tito Watts making a surprising amount of money off Florida, man.
He is. They tested it and found out it was meth. So.
And then what happened? Did they arrest him?
They arrested Colucci and took him to a hospital for a medical evaluation before they took him to the detention center.
They thought he was crazy? They were like, well, we got it. This guy must be crazy. No, this dude was like, look, I bought these drugs. Something's off about them. I want to make sure no one else buys these drugs. Dude is trying to help the community, and he's addicted to meth.
I mean,
he's better than most actual, non-meth users.
I mean, here's the thing. I'd agree with you if you took it to them and they're like, you know what? You're right. This isn't meth. But it was meth.
But even if... But I guarantee they'd still arrest him if it was, not meth, and they were like, well, dude, you were trying to buy meth. That's a crime.
They probably would, but I'm just saying, it was still meth. He was a bad meth connoisseur. He couldn't figure it out. This was actually meth. He said he knew what it should feel like. Does that mean he's just like, he's not as good of knowing as he thought he was?
I guess. I'm disappointed. I really want it to be like, this dude right here, he's, you know what? He's a drug addict, but that doesn't mean he's a bad person. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he should go to jail. I think he should go like rehab or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems like jail's the bad option there, but here we are.
It does seem like that's still like, we don't want to deal with this person. Just throw him in there instead of actually, helping him.
That sucks.
That does suck.
That sucks.
Well, that's pretty much the story. I guess it kind of sucks.
All right. Well, what is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. So, let's see. Let me do a quick check here. Otherwise, we're going to go with this one. All right. Today, this week. Anything good here? Nope. There's Meth Man again from last week.
Everyone loves a good meth man.
Yep. P-Raspa. Wait, what? Hold on. What is this? Florida swim practice canceled by alligator at bottom of pool. But it says it's a rival team's spy alligator.
What? Wait, whoa. What?
Okay, this is getting wild.
Yeah.
A swim practice in Florida took a wild turn on Friday when a team went to jump in the water at Montverde Academy and found an alligator at the bottom of the pool. According to the sheriff's deputies, posted the 3-foot gator that was caught, saying the animal had decided to try out for the swim team. Deputies say they were able to use a safety hook to remove the alligator, put tape around its mouth, and took him to be released. Neither the alligator nor the deputies were hurt. The academy, blah, 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 blah. Many people left comments on the Facebook post saying they should have kept the little guy there. I wonder if they have charged him with resisting arrest. This doesn't say anything about a spy gator.
Yeah, did we get suckered into another terrible news article?
What the? Yeah, what the? Spy gator.
If you type in spy gator and a real article pops up, I'm going to lose my mind.
I see there's an alligator with a magnifying glass cartoon. That's pretty fun. I think we got scammed. Yeah, they lied. This is dumb. Okay, right. I wanted to be like the rival team hated this school and they left their spy gator there.
Yeah, that would have been a great story.
Yeah,
that's what I was expecting.
That's stupid. So we're just gonna read about this giant porcupine puppet.
Well, all right.
Giant porcupine puppet provides quills and thrills at Los Angeles Park. The puppet, named Percy, has a circumference of 40 feet and 2,000 foam quills that it took a house worth of paint to put stripes on. Dude, look at this thing. It is wild.
Yo, what the hell? That thing's amazing looking.
Yeah, it is crazy. And he's a giant puppet, so he moves. That's like in video games where you go like the great animal spirit, and he's like, I've arrived.
Yeah, it's Turtle Pope is what it is.
Yeah, it's Turtle Pope. Except Porcupine Pope.
Yeah, except Porcupine. Pee-pee, as they call him.
Percy.
The kids love pee-pee.
Percy, a porcupine puppet of prodigious...
Percy, the Porcupine Pope! Pee-pee-pee! Amazing.
The triple P. It's like a triple D, but he's like the rival of Guy Fieri.
I'm here for it.
Emerged from her giant stump home home for an audience of school children and media members. The adorable beast inspired oohs and ahs as she blinked her droopy eyes and opened her mouth to show her buck teeth, standing nearly 2 stories tall with a nose the size of a Volkswagen. A joint project of the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance and Jim Henson's Creature Shop, Percy was let out to celebrate next week's opening of the zoo's new Wildlife Explorers base camp. 6 months in the planning, the puppet is modeled on the prehensile-tailed porcupine native to South America? Dude, do these exist?
I'm not that big.
I don't know. It says prehensile-tailed porcupine. That could be the the first form. You know, like in the museum, there's like sloths and they're like 8 feet tall.
Are you telling me that you think in South America there are giant porcupines?
We don't know. There
Roaming
could be.
the jungles.
There's some crazy shit down there.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
They probably try to go deep into the jungle. That's where they live. That's where they'd kill you.
Why would he kill me?
You went too deep into the jungle.
Oh, I learned the secrets. You're right.
Yeah,
What a
you can't
fool I've
learn the
been.
secrets. The prehensile tail that gives the tree-dwelling, fruit-eating species its name exists in this case in the imagination only. Oh. Just the front half exists and pokes out, and the rest appearing to stay safely inside the log. It's essentially based on a big inflatable with the addition of a mouth, jaw, and mechanical eyes. A real prehensile-tailed porcupine was at the scene. The porcupine got lost before emerging in her giant puppet form after the kids brought out bunches of bananas to lure her. Wait, do porcupines like bananas?
I guess we learned that now.
Huh. Quote, I think she's getting close. I think I know just the thing for her, base camp performer Jennifer Papagain said before bringing out a giant banana of her own. That's a fun last name, Papagain. Papagain.
Percy Papagain the porcupine?
Percy Papagain the porcupine. The kids counted
Porcupine
down.
Pope. PPPP.
The kids counted down, then mobbed Percy once she emerged. Oh my god.
I mean, that's the image. It looks like it.
Yeah. Another media stop. Percy will make her way down the coast to her permanent home at the San Diego Zoo. Wildlife Explorers Base Camp's 3.2-acre area of zoo intended to teach families about the interactions and the interdependence of humans, plants, animals, and their habitats. Featured
Have you ever
species.
been to the San Diego Zoo?
No, I have not. Isn't that like the biggest zoo or something?
Oh, it's great. It's a great zoo. It's huge. It's a lot of walking, but it's very cool.
That still sounds fun. I'd go now just to see Percy.
That's what I'm saying. Now I'm like, do we make a trek to go see? All I'm saying is TwitchCon is happening.
Oh, yeah.
And instead of going to TwitchCon, PercyCon. We invite everyone to go see Percy, and we just make it a trek.
I like it. That sounds good.
Agreed. Mm-hmm.
That's the news.
All right. Well, what is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. So this one, oh my god. So I was down to two. Alabama man accused of stealing 70-ton crane. And then there was man known as Scott Fudge jailed after attack on elderly person. But here's the thing. This is Scott Fudge.
Oh no. Oh no.
Someone
I feel
said
bad for Scott Fudge. Like that guy. Ooh.
Someone said looks like the bug wearing the dude's skin from Men in Black.
That is exactly what it looks like. Oh man. Dude, that guy is just unpleasant.
Yeah, that is.
Wow.
So that's why I didn't want to read the story because it's like a sad, like he's tagging an elderly
very
person.
Sad. Like he's sad, it's sad, all of it's sad.
Just the fact of him looking like a bug from Men in Black, I had to point it out.
Well, thank you. I'm glad someone had to.
So we're gonna read about Alabama man. The suspect claims someone gave him the crane and he wanted it removed so he could sell it for scrap. An Alabama man who called a wrecker service asking to have a 70-ton crane pulled out of the woods is now charged with stealing heavy machinery. The owner of a towing service contacted the Chilton County Sheriff's Office on Monday, saying the man had called claiming someone gave him the crane and he wanted it removed so he could sell it for scrap. The wrecker service owner recalled moving the same crane a few years ago and contacted its owner, who denied having given it away. The towing operator then called law enforcement. The man who wanted the crane moved fled before officers arrived, driving the rig into a ditch where it became stuck. The 26-year-old Clanton man was arrested Tuesday on a probation violation and first-degree theft. We have worked a lot of theft cases over the years, but this one definitely takes place in the heavyweight category, said the sheriff's office.
Category.
Category. Yo, this is a big-ass crane. Look at this thing.
It also has like a military vibe.
Yeah, it's like a military crane. Dude just like took it. It's like, it's mine now.
Or it's Alabama and they just painted it camo because like,
that's
Alabama.
also very possible. Although I don't know, it does look old, but either way, This dude wanted to sell it for scrap.
I mean, you probably could.
Yeah.
There's a lot there to sell. Like, there's a lot there to scrap sell.
But he also stole it, so.
Right. I mean, like, it wasn't his to sell.
Yeah. That's your news stories of the day.
All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. So I was looking for the classic Florida news stories, but then I stumbled across.
As you do.
Yeah, but then I stumbled across this one, and I was like, "This sounds like a story for us."
Okay.
Quote. Quote. People think I'm weird as I live in an old people's home at age 21, and I love it.
This is the most us story. I think we've talked about this.
I don't think we have.
What if we just did that?
Like 3 weeks ago?
Do you think this is a fan?
It's possible.
What's the over-under? This is a person who listened to us and said, like, what if I did that, though?
Let's see. Hold on. They link. Oh, my God. They're posting TikToks and stuff about it, so no, they probably don't watch us.
Yeah, never mind.
A 21-year-old has revealed how people find it bizarre that she genuinely lives in an old people's home, but that she doesn't care because she loves it. The woman, who posts TikTok with the handle Playboy LaCroix, moved into a retirement complex after struggling to find any other accommodation in the town where she needs to be for work. But she doesn't work in the home. She regularly takes to the app to give tours of her unusual living situation, where there's regularly old ladies playing board games and free baked goods on offer. In fact, people in the complex are so welcoming, they regularly leave food on her doorstep for her coming in from work, and people regularly lock their doors so it's safe. When asked,
I'm not gonna lie, like, that's kind of sweet that they leave stuff for her.
Yeah, I mean, the old people are just like, the young people. I haven't seen them in years.
That's kind of very sweet.
When asked by her followers how she ended up living in the accommodation, the woman explained that the town decided to open up the free apartments due to a lack of rental properties in the area. Because of the nature of my job, I need to be at work. And I travel a lot, but it was impossible to find housing. So this town has a lot of people who come here for that reason, and they had no housing other than low income. So they started allowing people to live in their old folks' home because it was one of the only rental units that would have openings. There's a tech school in town, and there's a handful of about 3 or 4 people my age that live here. But 90% of the people live here are old folks because they've lived here since before the city bought it and allow other people to live here. It's still very much an old people's home. I feel like I'm in Golden Girls. Cheap, spacious, and safe with free food and lovely. So actually, that's a pretty nice story.
There's actually other stories like this. There's in the UK in 2021, a girl moved into a retirement home. This is 2016, a 21-year-old Drake student lives in a retirement home. Wow. I mean, I guess this does happen. I've said wow so many times because I'm jealous. I guess this does happen frequently.
But then, some people in the comments are upset. Father Dougal McGuire says, she's taking up space that an elderly person could need. Well, listen up, Father Dougal McGuire. Nobody's there. These are empty rooms. Yeah. Nobody's taking them.
They wouldn't have given it to her if it was, like... I don't get it. It seems like there's plenty of space.
Yeah. Let's see. It's got to be... And I got 5 thumbs up.
Well, I mean, that's just people complaining. In theory, they're like, there could be someone that needs that home. If there was someone that needed that space, they would get in that space. But what it is it's a business, and so they aren't just going to give space away. This girl offered to pay, and no one was offering to pay, and so they took her. It makes sense if it's a business. If you're hoping that there's free elderly care, that's a societal problem, not the nursing home's problem. And maybe, Father, we should deal with that first, but whatever.
Shorty87 says, so given tours in a retirement home, did the relatives give consent for their vulnerable family members to be filmed and exploited on social media so she could get attention? Don't think so. Bet she's just there for bed baths, the dirty cow.
What? Oh my God.
These people are crazy.
Yeah, no, that guy seems 100% like he's, not a crazy person.
Like, these sound like the people who just complain about everything everywhere.
Yeah, this girl, everyone there, they're leaving her snacks. They clearly like that she's there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that guy's a dick. Who cares about those dudes?
Yeah, it's stupid. I think this is great. They did it.
I think it's cute. Yeah.
If anything, there's always the younger people are like, oh, stupid old people, but she's actually appreciating the old people, and they get to see some oh, they're doing the young people TikTok things.
Yeah, I have to believe that they help each other.
Yeah. Yes. You know what? It's fun. Yeah, I like it.
I like it too.
The only people mad are just these grouchy grouches.
You know what? We got no time for grouchy grouches. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah. That's
all right.
The news story of the day.
That's the news story. Yeah. All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Okay, so the big news story of the day. I was trying to find something crazy, and I stumbled upon something crazy. And I knew it was crazy because it was linked from Coast to Coast AM.
Well, here we are. All right. Yeah. It's been a while since we've gone back to Coast.
It's true. River troll photographed in Mississippi.
Nothing about this is real. Whatever you're about to tell me is not real.
All right. A bizarre picture circulating online purportedly shows some kind of humanoid creature that was allegedly spotted by an astounded witness in Mississippi. The peculiar photo, which can be seen below, I'll link it to you.
Please do. I don't want to miss out on this.
And an account of the strange sighting was sent to the website Phantoms and Monsters. According to the unnamed individual who shared the image, the incident occurred back in 2015 while the witness and their family were living in a houseboat in coastal Mississippi. On an evening of a particularly low tide, they noticed something peculiar drinking water approximately 25 yards away, and upon taking a closer look with some binoculars, were astounded by what they saw. Off in the distance, the witness claims was an entity that was pinkish tan with bulging eyes, funny-looking ears, 2 arms, and 2 legs, and what appeared to be horns coming out of its head. While understandably taken aback by the presence of a puzzling being, the confounded observer fortunately had the wherewithal to snap a picture of the puzzling creature that they likened to a river troll that was devil ugly. To that end, the image accompanying their account shows what appears to be the head of the creature lurking beneath a sizable branch that extends over some water. Claiming to have seen a lot of creepy stuff in the swamp while living on their houseboat, the witnesses assert that I don't have anything to prove when it comes to the veracity of the photo.
Obviously.
Be that as it may, skeptical observers will no doubt suggest the oddity in the photo is either a trick of light and shadows that appears to be a creature or perhaps some prosaic animal native to the region, and that the witness merely spun a tale to accompany the image. With that in mind...
All I'm saying is... I'm going to let you finish. Never mind. I'm going to let you finish. Maybe it'll correct me in my assumption of what this is.
It probably won't. With that in mind, what's your take on that weird photo?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this photo, if it is 100%... So you ever see those photos on Reddit or anywhere on the internet where it's like, this dog doesn't have a head, but it's literally like the dog and it's just turned and the photo was snapped in like a weird way. So it looks like it is 4 legs and no head, but the dog is like just turning a direction. This is 100% a deer, and the deer is like, its head is out, but its body is turned. I guess this would be to your right, but I guess it would be the deer's left. Yeah. And its head is turned, and the ears, you can see the ears sticking up, and then it has the little like antlers up top. And then you can see the rest of the body kind of fade into the darkness behind the tree. It's just like a bad photo with a bad camera.
It looks more like a ghost deer than a river troll.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it's a ghost deer. Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
If anything, it's a ghost. River trolls aren't real. Ghost deer.
It's not a river troll. Trolls are much larger and bulkier.
Yeah, this is clearly a ghost deer. Yeah. Stupid. They're so dumb.
So stupid and dumb. They don't even know their troll to deer I was going to say Scientology. That's not. They don't even know their Scientology.
They don't even know it. They don't even know they're L. Ron Hubbards. Yeah.
I like how the guy's just like, we don't got anything to prove. We just took a picture.
Yeah, and now we're telling everyone about it. But we don't got anything to prove.
Yeah. No.
We just wanted to show it to everybody. Like, okay, all right, cool, dude.
Yeah. Unlike Hank the Tank, who was real.
Hank the Tank really had nothing to prove.
Yeah.
The only thing Hank the Tank was proven was innocent of the charges.
Yeah. Exactly.
Shout out to Hank, wherever you're at, buddy.
Yeah,
I love
shout
you.
out to Hank. Is there any update on Hank? Let's find out
they discovered that it wasn't him. Hank they put it. They were like, oh well, the fat bear must have did it, but it wasn't him.
We covered that. I just meant like, is he like doing anything since then?
Probably let him back out into the wild, and he now has a family, and he's stealing picnic baskets.
Well, that's good.
Doing his own thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my boy. I love him. I love you, Hank.
That's your news story of the day. Easter
All
facts.
right. Hey, what's our big news story of the day?
Hey, I'll tell you. This one, we returned to Florida, man. This one's not even a crazy Florida man. It's crazy, but it's like a wholesome crazy. Florida man watches Spider-Man movie 292 times, setting new world record.
Go on.
A Florida man has won back a record after watching Spider-Man No Way Home 292 times. Ramiro Alanis previously broke the record for most cinema productions attended of the same film in 2019 after watching Avengers Endgame 191 times.
Oh my God.
2021, Arnaud Klein beat him out by watching Camelot first installment 204 times, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. To win back the title, Alanis spent a total of 720 hours or 30 days watching the latest installment in the Spider-Man saga between December 16th and March 15th.
How do you confirm all those watches?
Well, okay, hear me out. Look at this.
You have answers. Oh my God.
Answers coming in. For the first few weeks of his record attempt, he watched 5 back-to-back screenings each day. Alanis estimates he spent around $3,400 on movie tickets in total over the 3 months it took to set the record. Alanis pursued the record in honor of his late grandmother, Juani, according to Guinness. She was my number one supporter and I want to remain the record holder, he said in the news release. The terms of the record dictate that the movie must be watched independently of any other activity, so he couldn't take a nap, use his phone, or even go to the bathroom while watching the film. What's more, Alanis juggled viewings of the film with family and work obligations. So they must have had somebody there watching them.
It feels like not real, though. I don't... this feels like, you know how you hear that you can buy Guinness Book records? You know what I'm saying? This doesn't... how do you know, though? Couldn't you just turn it on and then walk away?
No, I think he went into the theater.
Right, but couldn't you buy a ticket?
I mean, you could, but...
Why aren't we saying, why isn't it most money spent to see one movie? That's the category he wins at, for sure.
I don't think he cares. I think he wants to actually watch the movie. He's doing this for his grandmother, Wani.
Well, you know what? What a terrible waste of time.
Oh, I agree. I would not do that. But he pretty much can recite the dialogue along with the movie. And thanks to Alanis and other viewers, the movie has made over $1 billion in global sales.
That guy alone. At least 99% of that money.
Oh, yeah.
I'm no math genius, but I feel like most of the money comes from him.
And I mean, here he is at the movie dressed as Spider-Man.
Yo, you know what? He looks, and let me be very clear about this, way more normal than I thought a person should look doing this.
Yeah.
He looks like a normal human being who probably has a normal life, and this is upsetting to me. I don't like this. He doesn't look creepy or weird. He just looks like a normal guy. And if you would have said any other time, like, oh, this is just a dude having a good day, I'd be like, oh, what a nice dude having a good day. But now I know he's weird, and it makes this photo weird.
Yeah, plus, I mean, he did this before with Endgame. So I think he's just, like, this is just the thing he wants to do. Like, he just wants to hold this weird record.
Do you think there's, like, something in it for him? Like, now Marvel has to, like, bro, just, you win, my man. You win.
I mean, he's probably...
You're part of the team. Come work for us. Like, there's got to be something.
It's probably part of it now. He loves the fame that comes with it, too. Like, dude, I'm the Guinness record book holder for this. Like, I'm the Marvel guy. I'm the movie guy. Like, that's probably part of it.
Yeah, it always is. Everyone wants their 15 minutes, but still, it's like... what a weird way to get fame. But here we are talking about him. Here we are talking about him. So, winner.
Exactly.
He wins. Yeah,
he
it's
wins.
him.
Yeah, I
There
mean,
you go.
You know, it's an attrition goal.
You know what else my goal is? To wrap this podcast up. Hey!
Hey-o.
All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. There were two that I found, both pretty short, so we can probably do both of them here.
Okay.
We'll start with this one. Hungry Javelina gets stuck in car, goes for ride in Arizona.
What is a javelina?
I thought the same thing, and if you look it up,
I'm glad we're on the same page.
It's like a warthog type thing.
Javelina is a wart. What the hell? It is a little warthog, except they are ugly as sin.
They're called a New World pig.
Well, here's the thing. They're not ugly. They're kind of cutie pies. Oh, the babies are super cute. But when they open their mouths, they're ugly. You can say that for a lot of people. You're cute, but when you open your mouth, you're ugly. Yeah, they're all javelinas is what they are.
Well, here's this guy. All right. He jumped in to get a bag of Cheetos, only to be trapped when the hatch closed to the car.
I've never felt more represented. Jumped in to get a bag of Cheetos, got trapped when the hatch closed. I feel like I've been there.
I would say the bear is probably your most represented, but this is like a close second.
I'm very animalistic, I think. I feel like I'm one bad day away from just joining my brothers in the forest.
Or in a trap in a car.
Or get stuck in a car, yeah.
A hungry javelina in Arizona ended up going for a drive when it became trapped inside an empty car and bumped it into neutral. Deputies in Yavapai County responded to a call last week in Cornville, a community 10 miles south of Sedona. Good old Cornville.
I bet. You know what's crazy? I probably have driven through there, and I probably remarked something along... Because when I was driving past Sedona one time, I remarked to myself, boy, that town was called, like, Jalapeno Town, but there were no jalapenos, like that kind of thing. I wonder if Cornville is like, yeah, there's not actually any corn here.
That does sound right. It could have been Cornville. 10 miles south of Sedona, about a javelina stuck in a Subaru station wagon. Javelinas are pig-like animals that are native to desert environments. After speaking with the car's owner and other residents, they determined the car's hatchback had been left open overnight. Javelina jumped in to get a bag of Cheetos, then the hatch closed, trapping the animal inside. The authorities say the Javelina ripped off a portion of the dashboard and inside of a door in an attempt to escape. The animal then managed to knock the car into neutral, causing it to roll down the driveway and across the street.
Yes!
Where it came to rest, and the Javelina was not injured. A deputy opened the hatch, and the Javelina was able to run back into the wild.
I very much like that. Oh my god, that is... I can imagine that pig losing its mind as the car is like slowly rolling away. Or he's convinced he's got it figured out. Or the pig is like, finally, freedom.
I mean, that's what happens. You just want food, and you get trapped, and you have to freak out and break stuff. That's like what Cat does. If he doesn't get food, he starts going crazy. He starts like knocking stuff off stuff. So that was that story. Now we've got another big-time story. Woman rescued after falling in outhouse toilet trying to get phone.
There's like 2 stories here, but yes, go on.
This is in Quilcene, Washington. A woman who accidentally dropped her cell phone into the hole of an outhouse in a national forest and fell in while trying to retrieve it had to be rescued by firefighters in Washington state. Brennan Fire Department Chief Tim Manley said the woman, who was at the top of Mount Walker in the Olympic National Forest northwest of Seattle, had been using her phone when it fell into the toilet on Tuesday. Manley said she disassembled the toilet seat and used dog leashes to try and get the phone.
God. I would have been like, it's gone. It's gone.
Yep. And eventually used the leashes to tie herself off as she reached for it. That effort failed, and she fell into the toilet head first.
Oh, my God.
They didn't work very well, and she went in, Manley said. The woman was alone and tried to get out for 10 to 15 minutes. Reunited with her phone, she called 911. Responding firefighters passed her blocks to stand on to reach a harness, which they used to pull her out of the vault. The Brennan Fire Department said the woman was uninjured. She was washed down and strongly encouraged to seek medical attention after being exposed to human waste, but she only wanted to leave. I've been doing this for 40 years, and that was a first, Manley said. How big is this outhouse?
I have so many questions about this.
Like, there's gotta be. I gotta look this up.
I mean, I like falling in. I know that you and I are both imagining she fell in, but
Yeah,
like it can't be that big of a fall in, right?
That's what I'm saying. How deep does this thing go? There's like, okay, big outhouse. There's gotta be something. Even like big outhouses, they don't look like they go that deep. I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, dude. I want to imagine it's way worse than it actually is because it makes the story a little funnier. But
Yeah.
also, I don't know how that can be possible.
Like, I'd put in how deep is an outhouse hole. And right now, it doesn't look that deep.
I'm going to type in biggest outhouse. Biggest outhouse. Really? 2-story outhouses? What?
2 stories.
Oh, these are ones built by people.
Oh, yeah.
Also, they built it for comic sake. Obviously, you
Yeah.
don't want to be below the 2. Inside the world's largest outhouse race. That's not true.
There's gotta be something out here.
An old outhouse, worst outhouses, outhouse Wikipedia. Is there not just like... No matter what, they're not big. It's just a place to go to the bathroom. They're not big.
Yeah. There's gotta be... Okay, here we go. Somebody's gotta have some sort of like... thing. Okay,
Maybe largest outhouse.
Yeah.
Nope, still nothing. It's still just a little tiny thing.
Head first. Fish with... There's like no story. I just want to see a picture. I just want to know...
Premium outhouse. It's still just a shack. I don't know what.
All right. Anybody out there that works in a place that knows about outhouses or has some sort of outhouse knowledge, just anything, give us some sort of information.
We have to know. Is there what does falling into an outhouse really mean?
Yeah. Because, like, everything I look, it doesn't even look like you can fall in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe she, like, stumbled in, but then, like, maybe her tush got dirty. Like, what happened? What happened here?
Yeah. And, like, okay, like, maybe if it's, like, a few feet deep, I guess maybe you're, like, okay, maybe, hear me out. Maybe it's like a few feet deep, so she couldn't reach the phone, right? So she had to, like, tie herself to the thing so she could, like, kind of lean in a bit.
You're
but then
stretching
she
here.
Fell in. I don't know.
This is a stretch.
I don't know.
I thought what she was trying to do was use the leashes to, like, hook the phone.
She was.
Not herself.
Well, yeah, she said she was, but then she decided to tie herself to the thing with the leashes, and that's when she fell in because they just broke.
Again. If you're tying yourself to a thing with a leash, that is like when people hang off the ledge of a cliff. Like they need someone to hold them with a rope so they can reach a thing on the other side. How far down was this?
Yeah, this has to be like way down there. And then to get
Where
stuck
are people
that you can't
pooping
get
into
out?
a void? What is going on?
I have no idea. Like I said, if you have any knowledge, just paint a picture.
Let us know. You have to tell us.
That's the news.
All right, what's our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Is this the same story? What the shit? Hold on.
About a shark? Glow-in-the-dark sharks?
No. Hold on. 65, 20. These are different stories, but both the same. We have... woman,
What?
Okay, hold on. Woman crashes pickup into Pasco County home. Oh, wait. That was supposed to all be together. Woman crashes pickup into Pasco County home after hitting gas instead of brake. Then we have Florida woman tells police she was following her GPS down staircase.
Whoa. What? I mean, I guess that is the same story, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Okay, so first off, staircase woman. 26-year-old woman who drove her SUV through a police pedestrian plaza and down a flight of stairs claims she was following her GPS instructions. Officers didn't buy the woman's claim, stating they, quote, felt it was her excessive blood alcohol level that led to the crash.
That would probably do it.
That would probably do it. Police said the woman, who appeared to be in a Toyota Highlander SUV, drove through police department garage, across pedestrian plaza, and downstairs. We were fortunate she didn't hit anybody. Don't drink and drive. The woman was issued a summons for operating while under the influence.
Yep. Don't drink and drive, kids. There's your lesson.
And then, what was this one? Let's see. A 65-year-old woman drove into a house in Newport Richey. Dude, we're back to Newport Richey.
Newport Richey! Fireworks going off in the background.
Hey, it's Newport Richey.
Someone drove into my home. Nah. I need someone to get me my GoFundMe.
He's got this lady. She's just like backing into his house, just crashes through the wall. He's just in his recliner. He's just sitting there, and he's like, "You got smokes,
lady? You got any smokes in there?"
She's just like, "Nah, you ain't getting my smokes." He's like, "Get out of my house! Get out of my house!" God damn.
Oh man.
Smokes.
God help my smokes.
65-year-old woman drove into a Newport Richey house on Saturday morning. Newport Richey woman started driving a 2004 Chevy Avalanche backward out of a driveway on some Wiltis Avenue.
Chevy Avalanche.
Avalanche. But pressed the gas instead of the brake. The highway patrol said she drove across the street and crashed into a house. How do you even...
How do you do that?
Like, okay, it's a point where you might be like, maybe I don't know how you would even hit the gas instead of the brake. But if you did, you would think, oh, I'm going fast, and like slam the brake right after, right?
Yes. I mean, agreed.
That seems like the logical answer. Like, she just hit the gas and was like, ah, like locked up or something.
Here's the thing. I know this happens because I don't think I've ever told you this story. Wow.
Okay.
When I was back in, I think it was New York, when I was in Buffalo, New York, maybe. The years blend together, but I believe there was a place in Buffalo, New York, where if you went like far enough north, you would pass Amherst. Boy, I hope that was the name of the town. Yeah. And you'd end up on this road that was like part highway, part not highway. It was this massive long road. And on that road were like all these gas stations. There were a lot of trucks that went down this road. You know, it was like one of those roads that's kind of like, this is where you go if you're trying to avoid the city kind of vibes. And I would always go there because the gas was always the cheapest. And if you tried to get it in the city, it would not happen. So I drove all the way out to this place, got gas, and while I was sitting there getting gas, these two girls come out to their red Grand Am. I'll never forget this. They come out to their Grand Am, and they turn on the car, and it's like, and then all I hear next is screaming as the car shoots ahead, up over the curb, across into the highway, gets slammed into, flips, and ends up on its top. And I guess some like random lady hit them in her van, but these girls were like freaking out. And I remember they had 20 seconds to be able to stop their car, and they clearly could not.
Huh.
And I don't know why. I don't know what happened. All I know is that car went like through the gas station, up over the curb, onto the grass, over the sidewalk, into the highway.
Oh my God.
Crazy. And I was like, how's that? I'll never forget it. Yeah, because I can still hear their screams as they're like, ah, like going. Everyone, I guess, was fine, but I was there. Everyone there was calling the police. We were all on our like flip phones, being like, hello, we need help. It was crazy.
Oh my God.
So I've definitely seen stuff like that happen.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like, you know, how people are like out in the wild or something. Maybe you get like something happens, like you're getting yelled at or like some crazy shit, and they like lock up, like they freeze. Like, isn't that that's like a natural reaction, right?
Yes. Oh, I mean, I understand locking up and freezing, but either it was a time dilation thing, but I swear to you, it felt like 20 seconds. It was so they drove out of the, like, it wasn't like they turned or anything. It was straight ahead. Like, they were facing the highway, and there was no car in front of them in the other gas pump, and they just drove. And I don't know if they just started screaming from standstill, screaming, and they're shot up into the highway. It was like a robot had taken control of their car, and they couldn't stop it. It was wild.
Huh.
And so crazy. I keep thinking about that when people talk about, like, I didn't have any control. I don't know what happened. I'm like, I've seen something like that. It's possible.
Maybe that's what happened there then.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, nobody was home, and there was no reported injuries, apparently. And that was it. Damn. That's crazy. But at the same time, did she, like, floor the gas? Like, it still throws me off. Like, it's not like normally you're like, all right, I'm on the brake, and now I'll hit the gas and slowly move. But she was just like, all right, I'm going to hit the gas. Oh, it's there. I'm going to hit the brake, but I hit the gas. Like, I don't understand. I mean, yeah, we're pretty much on the same page with that. I don't get it. I just know that it happened. Yeah. And that's your big news stories of the day or week or something. I don't know. Okay. What is our big news story of the day? Big news story of the day. We have a morning jolt. Cocaine stashed amid coffee bean bags at Swiss warehouse.
I was wondering where this is going, but yeah, that checks out.
Workers at Nespresso warehouse found 500 kilos of cocaine with a street value of $50 million.
Woo!
That's a lot of money. Swiss police on an investigation is underway after workers at an espresso warehouse in western Switzerland found 500 kilos of cocaine with a street value of $50 million as they unloaded coffee beans that had arrived by train. Regional police in Fribourg said late Thursday they were alerted Monday by the company to discovery at the facility in the town of Romont and immediately set up a broad security perimeter around it with a large deployment of officers. Customs and border control agents were called in. Early indications were that the shipment turned up in 5 containers that had arrived by sea from Brazil before being transferred onto a train.
There's your problem.
The cocaine seized had an 80% degree of purity, and its market value is estimated at more than 50 million francs, the police said, adding that the stash appeared destined for the European market. Wait, what's a franc? Is that a French unit?
Swiss francs.
Why don't the French use francs? Or is that one of those things where like
the French use euros?
Yeah, but why don't they use francs? That'd make more sense. You know?
I mean, sure.
This is probably going to be one of those things where this like stems from France in Switzerland. I guarantee it. I need to look it up. All right. Here we go. The franc is any of various units of currency. 1 franc is typically divided to 100 centimes. The shit? The name is said to derive from Latin inscription Francorum Rex, used on early French coins and until the 18th century, or from the French franc, meaning franc. So I guess it's still French or friend, whatever. It's on Friday, the European Union's law enforcement agency, Europol, and the European Monitoring Center for Drugs and Drug Addiction reported that cocaine availability in Europe is probably at an all-time high. Switzerland is not an EU member, but is part of the Schengen zone that allows for visa-free travel among many European countries. The Monitoring Center said it estimates the EU cocaine retail market was worth at least 10.5 billion euros in 2020, while cautioning that the figure was likely to underestimate the true size of the market. It is said the largest quantities of cocaine are seized in Belgian, Dutch, and Spanish ports, but increasing amounts are turning up at ports elsewhere, suggesting that trafficking groups are extending their activities to ports where cocaine interdiction measures may be perceived as less intensive. Swiss foods and drinks giant Nestle, which owns Nespresso, sought to reassure customers that all our products are safe to consume.
Well, you're telling me that they're like, guys, don't worry, there's no cocaine in our products. Is that what they're trying to, like?
I guess they're trying to.
Who cares?
Like,
who cares?
There's somebody out there like, no, is my hot chocolate have cocaine? Like,
yeah, anyone. I'm gonna let you know. Anyone. I'm gonna say everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone who drinks Nespresso would be okay if there was cocaine in their espresso. Everyone who has an espresso machine, I'm convinced would be all right if there was cocaine in that espresso. Convinced of it.
They have a quote. We have strict quality controls in place for green coffee arriving at our warehouses right up to the finished product. The substance in question did not come into contact with any of our products or production equipment used to make our product. Like, the one person out there like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know who that person is, but it's probably someone like, they put it, they probably say it for like the Facebook moms who were like, I heard there's cocaine in coffee.
Yeah, they probably did. That or the Dare Tiger.
Oh my God, screw that guy.
Remember the Dare Tiger?
I do. That guy was an asshole.
Yeah. And like, why did he hate drugs so much?
Because he was a drug addict.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
same thing when you see a senator on TV be like, gay people are a sin. You're like, that guy's definitely gay.
It always happens. Yeah, or they're just like, I'm all for banning marijuana. And then they're like, he smoked 20 joints yesterday.
Literally, it's so funny if you see all the people in Congress who for the last 20, 30 years were like, marijuana is evil. And then they now are like part of people selling marijuana. Like, they run the companies that sell marijuana in places where it's legal now.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, of course. Of course that's what happened.
Yeah. And that's probably what the Dare Tiger is. Or lion.
Yeah, the Dare Tiger is he's like, kids, don't do drugs unless you do them bought from me.
That's probably what he wanted to sell his own drugs. Dare drugs.
Yep. Dare drugs.
Bye-bye, Dare drugs.
Yeah, Dare. Drugs are really excellent. Dare. Get your Dare drugs.
It was a Dare lion. His name was Darren the Lion. I see.
Darren the Lion sucks. That's a terrible name.
Although I do like
Darren the Lion.
I do like his plush. He's got a nice plush. But like, okay, so like, let me show you. So here's Dare Lion plush. Like, he's just a happy, like, hey, I'm a Dare Lion. But then there's like
drugs.
Then there's like cursed Dare Lion. Here we go. Hold on. There you go.
Whoa. No, thank you.
That's what I'm saying. He's just patrolling.
Then that guy looks like he is definitely going to kill you. That's the one that comes to life to kill you.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Then there's this dare lion, which is like...
Oh, that sucks. You know what? That just looks like a dude's furry costume that they just...
Oh, yeah, it kind of
like,
does, actually.
That doesn't look like an actual mascot. What sucks about that is they took his mane and they tried to make it like emo. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it's all like messed up and like it hasn't been washed in 4 weeks.
Hey, kids, don't do drugs or take showers.
Yeah.
Signed, Darren.
Like, if he didn't have that, he would look fine.
Yeah, but it's the hair.
It's the hair.
The hair makes it look like it's just some dude's furry cosplay.
Yeah. And then there's that one, which is like the mafia dare guy. Just like,
hey, what's you guys doing over here? Doing drugs?
Their drugs. I touched their drugs.
You're doing drugs?
So really, when it boils down to it, there's no cocaine in your coffee.
Yeah. So there you go. Sorry to disappoint.
Yeah.
All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day is truly a big news story of the day.
Uh-oh.
Florida man shocked to find 8-foot alligator on front porch. Quote,
just chilling? Just like hanging there?
Yeah. It definitely freaked me out. It's not something you see every day.
I love when you switch over to Florida man voice. It's like, I already know. Like, yeah, definitely freaked me out.
There he is on the porch.
That is, he's
That's
just
a big
there.
gator, though.
He's not even bugging anybody. That gator's just hanging out.
He is just hanging.
He's like a guard gator, if anything. If you drove past someone's house, you saw that shit, you would be like, that's a guard gator.
Oh, yeah.
That gator was guarding that home.
That's guard gator. He guards.
That's guard gator. They call him GG.
Odessa, Florida. It's not every day that an 8-foot alligator comes to visit you at your front door. Well, maybe in Florida it is. I still don't think it is. It was
No.
It was not the doormat. Ed Ferraro was expecting Wednesday afternoon when he walked out of his home in Odessa. He heard a rattling at the front door and assumed it was some sort of package delivery, but that was far from the truth. Wait, Ed Ferraro? Isn't that bone we just talked about, the Ferraro bone?
I think, yeah. Did we already forget that boy? Oh, no.
The Fabuloso.
The Fabuloso?
Fabuloso.
Expecto Patronum.
Fabuloso. I got up, went out there to go check what it was. Fortunately, I cracked my blinds. Just looked out there. I saw this monster alligator on my front porch, Ferraro said. Definitely freaked me out. Not something you see every day. He initially thought the giant reptile was fake, and he was simply getting pranked. But then I started looking at it, and I'm like, oh no, this is definitely very real. I was just completely dumbfounded. Thankfully, a neighbor driving by stopped her car and was on the phone with neighborhood security guards, who ended up contacting the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. The area was soon cordoned off. Cordon? Chicken cordon bleu. To prevent any unsuspecting joggers or dog walkers from having a face-to-face encounter with the old guard gator. Ferraro said they occasionally see gators in their neighborhoods, lakes, and ponds, but never really near people. Apparently, this one had come from across the street. Why the alligator crossed the road? I don't know, he joked. Ferraro assumed the gator needed a place for shade to cool off. Temperatures at the time were about 85 degrees, and before the trapper could even get to his home, the gator got up and moseyed up back on into the lake, and that was it. I had a bird fly into my house one time. That was a whole other experience and never anything even close to this. They kind of tend to keep their distance from people in this neighborhood. They actually restock lakes with fish to make sure gators have more than enough food so they don't got to go after small pets. State officials say alligators considered a nuisance if it's at least 4 feet in length. And this shitty website just started scrolling on its own. Stop!
Welcome to the internet.
Stop. There we go. If it's at least 4 feet in length and believed to pose a threat to people, pets, or property. Florida has about 1.3 million alligators that call the state home and are found in all 67 counties. If you're ever approached by a gator, Even a small one, you should not handle it because their bites can result in serious infection, and it's illegal without a permit. Homeowners should call the alligator hotline.
A bite can result in infection, not a bite? I'd be more worried about a gator biting me than like, oh, ow, I'm gonna get infected.
You get like half your hand chomped off, and it's infected.
That sucks. Well, you might as well cut a little bit more off then.
Yeah.
Cut a,
Just amputate it for you. According to wildlife officials, relocated alligators often try to return to their capture site and can create problems for people and other gators along the way. This is why adult nuisance alligators are caught. If adult nuisance alligators are caught, they are killed.
Whoa.
If an alligator successfully returns,
do
capturing it again would be necessary and likely more difficult the second time. What the dingus? Now every time Ferraro...
What did they ever do to you?
Yeah, he's just trying to live in his swamp.
The guy is... Yeah, you moved too close to the damn swamp. It's not his fault.
Yeah. If anything, it's the humans' fault. Like, they're just trying to live in their swamp. Humans are like, I want to live in my swamp. And it's like, no, we learned this from Shrek. Get out of my swamp. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just like Hank the Tank again.
He did nothing wrong. Hank did nothing wrong.
Just don't approach it. Don't go anywhere near it. Leave it alone. Let him be. It's his porch at that point. Let him have it, he said. That's the Florida Gator.
That's our Florida Gator boy. Well, I love this photo. I keep looking at it. He is just laying on the doormat. Looks like a guard gator. Just honest to God, if you saw this, you would be like, that guy tamed that gator to protect him.
It really does.
It's fascinating. I love it. It's so good. All right. What's our big news story of the day?
Antarctica's penguin post office is hiring.
What?
Yes.
Is it is this a cute thing, or is this like we're putting penguins to work? The economy's in rubbles and we need someone to work cheap. They work for fish.
I mean, to them, that's high living.
Right?
A remote post office in Antarctica is hiring. If you're good at sorting mail, selling postage stamps, and counting penguins, this could be the job for you.
What?
The post office at Port Lockroy, also known as the Penguin Post Office, is a popular tourist destination on Goudier Island? Goudier? Just off the west side of the Antarctic Peninsula. The historic site receives about 18,000 visitors each season, and the area is also filled with penguins. A British Antarctic territory, Post Lockroy's Base A, home to the post office, was established in 1944 and operated as a British research station. Now it's managed by the UK Antarctic Heritage Trust, which operates the museum and gift shop. Profit from the supports renovation of other historic sites in Antarctica. The UK AHT team also monitors impact of visitors in an environmental study, which includes counting penguins, penguin chicks, and penguin accessories on the island.
There are so many. I'm looking at the photos. There's so many penguins. So many penguins. Oh, my God. Have you seen any pictures of this? Do you know what this looks like? Don't look it up.
No.
The entire port looks to be like 3 shacks. It is so small. It is in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how. And then there's just a cruise ship. I'm looking at the cruise ship in the back. Crazy to me. The post office is so tiny.
I mean, it is Antarctica.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't need it, but wow. It is, for the most part, 3 buildings. One is kind of like a hut. One is like a bigger lodge building, and one is this little tiny, I think that's the post office. And then penguins everywhere. So many penguins.
Apparently, there's a PBS documentary on it called Penguin Post Office. Interesting. I kind of want to watch that now.
I love this by Wally Holland. How British is it to have a Royal Mail on the Antarctic Peninsula? Probably the next day delivery promise will not always be kept.
I thought you were going to say how British is the name Wally Holland.
Here it is, right? It's me, Wally Olin.
The study aids in the regulation of the number of visitors to the island and informs guidelines to ensure the environment is properly cared for, according to the territory's website. Applications for the seasonal positions, which can run roughly from November to March, close Monday at 11:59. Living and working on the island is far from luxurious. On top of the cold temperatures, which can dip as low as 23 degrees Fahrenheit, that's not even that bad. That's like February here.
Right.
And can feel colder with the wind chill. Well, that's like here, too. The accommodations are limited, according to the information packet. Dude, I'm going to go there. It's going to be like springtime. Staff members share a single bedroom, and there's no flushing toilet. Uh-oh. Instead, a camping toilet must be emptied daily. Ooh. There's also no running water or showers. Visiting ships offer staffers showers every few days. In some cases, staff may go up to 2 weeks without showers. Communications also limited. There's no internet access or cell phone reception, and satellite phone calls are costly. Staffers will have very minimal communication with home, according to the packet. And in the event of an emergency, medical evacuations to a hospital could take as many as 7 days. Antarctica is a physically and mentally challenging place to work, the packet reads.
It sounds like the more you talk about it, definitely sounds like it sucks, but also it's kind of quaint. There's like a quaintness to it.
That's true. I mean, if you wanted to get away from just everything, this might be the thing.
This might be the thing. If there's ever a time where you're like, you know what, I'm over it. That would be the place to go.
Yeah, you just live with the penguins. They waddle around. You just chill out, literally.
You know what? I'm all for chilling out and waddling.
Yeah. That is...
I'm a big fan.
This picture, you go to the post office. It's like the actual post office here. There's like a line of penguins out the door. Somebody's just like, sir, do not waddle in front of the line. Sir, sir, you're going to have to go back. Hey, excuse me. And there's like... I don't know what sound penguins make.
Yeah. That's what they make. That's the noise that all penguins are known to make.
I'd pay to see that on some sort of program, the Penguin Post Office, but it's literally just like penguins going to the post office to send letters or fish.
Or fish.
There's just a letter. It's like got a fish inside of it. It's like, wow, how do you get this fish inside this letter? That's crazy. That's it.
Let's do the big news story of the day.
Big news story of the day. This is one that's from Florida. I literally just saw the name and I was like, all right, we got to do this one. It also ties into our food theme. So, gourmet boiled peanut restaurant Randy's Nuts Express closes in South Jacksonville. A Jacksonville gourmet boiled peanut entrepreneur closed his first brick-and-mortar restaurant last week, slightly more than a year since it opened. Randy's Nuts Express shut its doors permanently last Thursday, owner Chef Randy Waters announced. Waters posted that the closure resulted from investors purchasing the lease. He thanked his customers, said a sports bar might move into his restaurant space now. Waters couldn't be reached for comment. It was unknown whether he might revive his roadside boiled peanut stand or relocate the restaurant. A U.S. Air Force veteran and chef, Waters elevated boiled peanuts from a humble roadside snack to a gourmet fare. He sold boiled peanuts with a rotation of at least 60 different flavors from a mobile roadside stand for 5 years before launching the restaurant, which was the first of its kind boiled peanut-centric establishment in Northeast Florida. His gourmet legumes had garnered loyal customers throughout Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. Some regularly drove up to 50 miles on a weekend day for a cup. That's too much.
Although I did go to a Buc-ee's, and I don't even live in the States, so like whatever.
Yeah, that's true, but that's too much for Randy's Nuts. This restaurant showcased Asian fusion cuisine. It also offered karaoke and other entertainment. It also offered roasted oysters, barbecue, gumbo, and fried and or grilled fish or seafood. Randy's Nuts Express replaced the former Pig Barbecue in the shopping center.
Well, I mean, Yeah, replacing pig barbecue is that's big.
That's big. That is big.
Yep.
I always wondered, like, okay, you open Randy's Nuts restaurant, right? But like, I feel like there's the people that are like, yo, I got to try these nuts, right? And they go, but like after a while, I don't know how many people are like loyal nut fanatics. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's the market on nuts is like only so big.
Yeah. Because, like, go somewhere else, like, oh, he's got chicken sandwiches. You know, if I'm, like, eating dinner, I'd be like, oh, I'll get a chicken sandwich from this
You could put
place.
these nuts between the bread and pretend it's chicken.
You could, but, like, like, oh, man, it's getting late. You guys want to eat Randy's Nuts today? Oh, boy, I can't wait. Like, it just, I can see why it closed, but at the same time, I feel like he would do better as just, like, a small shack. I feel like that's what Randy's Nuts is meant to be.
Yeah, Randy's Nuts is a kiosk in the mall.
Yes. Yeah, it's like a mall kiosk or numerous mall kiosks or even just like what do you call it? Like a food court shop there. You know,
Randy's Nuts is a fan like stand in a baseball park.
Yeah, oh my God, that's what he's got to do. He's got to go to the baseball stadiums. That is best territory you can get.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, Randy's Nuts is here. Get your Randy's Nuts.
Yeah, then people are like, they already got a few beers in them, like, Randy's Nuts, hey. Yeah, I'll get Randy's Nuts, hey. And then they buy it.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Get your nuts here, Randy's Nuts. These nuts are so fast they ran. Randy's Nuts.
Yeah, boom, look at that. We solved this problem.
Yeah, we're out here trying to help people.
Yeah. And that's the big news story of the day.
All right. What is our news story?
Our news story. Well, actually, one's an update to one of our things, and the other's a news story. So we're going to do this. Okay. First, Rhode Island home that inspired The Conjuring sells for more than $1.5 million.
All because of, like, some fake paranormal stuff.
Yep. And pretty much the person that bought it said, I don't believe the energy here is malevolent. Things will happen here that will startle me but not harm me. I look forward to experiencing things.
I look forward to experiencing things is how I live my whole life.
That's true. Love experiencing things.
Love experiencing things.
Huge fan of experiencing things. Yeah. Now the good news story. Sonic workers find an absolute nightmare lurking just behind the fry machine.
Nope. I'm worried about this one. I'm worried about this more than the haunted house.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, this is real frightening. This is a thing, though, technically. Workers at a Sonic location in Georgia fled the restaurant earlier this month when they found something unexpected behind the deep fryer. And it wasn't the remains of some old tots. The Brunswick Daily News reported that the entire staff was spooked by a snake. They abandoned shop and called the cops, describing what they thought was a rattler.
They abandoned shop and called the cops.
They got Mother Goose right in this article. Which are among the venomous snakes known to call Georgia home. Lieutenant Matthew Wilson of the Brunswick Police Department told the newspaper it was actually a 3.5-foot-long ball python, a non-venomous constrictor snake. Quote, I ended up catching it with a broom handle, Wilson told the Daily News. Just got it where I could secure its head, then I put it in a paper bag and carried him out. Wilson said he suspects the restaurant left its back door open and the snake slithered in for the same reason as the customers. It was hungry and thirsty. Wilson, who has a ball python of his own, said the Sonic snake has a new home with a snake-loving friend.
I'm shocked that this snake found a Sonic. I've been seeing Sonic commercials for years, and I've never seen a Sonic drive-thru, not once.
It's, I've never actually eaten at a Sonic.
That's what I'm saying. I've seen Sonic commercials for almost, I'm going to say my entire life. I've never seen an actual Sonic. Not once.
I heard that you always get Sonic commercials before they put a Sonic there, as they like try to build hype. Eamon Leonard, an invasive species biologist with the Georgia Department of Natural Resources, told the Associated Press snakes are often an impulse buy that some purchasers later regret. Could be somebody just didn't think through the consequences of a large snake as a pet. Some people have regrets later on, just release things. Definitely irresponsible. People who are no longer able to care for a pet should contact local reptile rescue or animal shelters for advice, and don't release them into the wild. In addition to freaking out, local underpaid and underappreciated fast food workers release snakes and other pets could lead to invasive species issues. The majority of these animals are stressed, physically depleted, and unable to survive. ZooCheck said on its website, most die of starvation, cold, and predation. So, yeah. Or the snake was just like, dude, a Sonic. I haven't seen one of these.
Yeah, that snake was like, what the hell is this? I've been seeing ads for weeks.
That's got to be it. There's no other explanation.
None whatsoever. He was curious. We all are.
Yeah. But now, we're not. Well,
I feel that.
That is our big news story of the day.
All right. What's our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Florida man bitten by 7-foot alligator he mistook for dog.
No. How?
I don't know. Let's find out. A man survived an alligator attack on the Gulf Coast of Florida after he mistook a 7-foot-long reptile for a dog. The confrontation unfolded about 12:34 a.m. on a Tuesday near the Warm Mineral Springs Motel, according to statements by Sarasota County Sheriff's spokesman Douglas Johnson. The man was on a pathway near the motel and noticed a dark figure moving along the bushes and believed it was a dog with a long leash, which is why he wasn't hesitant to move out of the way.
No.
That's when the alligator bit his right leg, holding on and pulling on his muscle tissue, the sheriff's statement continued. He advised he attempted to get away at that point and felt the alligator rip a chunk of his muscle and tissue off. Jesus. A deputy happened to be nearby, and another call was able to get the man before the 49-year-old was taken to Sarasota Memorial Hospital in Venice. A sheriff's sergeant caught the alligator and held it for a Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission trapper. 7-foot-1 alligator was removed from the properties, being transferred alive to Townsend Farms. Victim has been released from the hospital and is expected to make a full recovery. Just make a full recovery? With the muscle tissue?
The gator was kind of like, whatevs. It was like, he's a little greasy for me.
Oh my God. Wait, does muscle tissue like fully grow back?
I do not know. Can't you just have muscle?
Muscle?
Can't you have muscle damage? I don't know.
That's what I thought. I mean, it said he ripped out a chunk of muscle. So, like, that's a lot of muscle to regenerate. Someone wrote a big thing and said, TLDR, yes.
All right. Well, there you go.
Skeletal muscle can regen completely and spontaneously in response to a minor injury, such as a strain. In contrast, after severe injuries, muscle healing is incomplete, often resulting in the formation of fibrotic tissue that impairs muscle function. Would an alligator biting your damn leg mean that it was damaged that way? Yeah, I don't know. That seems like a lot of muscle to grow back. That's got to be some wacky, wild stuff. Dr. John, if you're out there.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know. Also, alligator bites, that's infection disease. That's
what I'm saying.
So he must be on some antibiotics or something, so whatever. And that's your news story of the day.
All right. Can't believe he was like, that looks like a dog. There's no way, no matter what shadows, would I be like, that's clearly a furry animal.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I would be like, is that an alligator? Is that someone on drugs? Is that literally anything but a dog?
That's crazy that, like, I would never just approach anything that was like in the bushes. I'd be like,
oh, yeah, no, I'd be like running away.
No way, yeah.
No. Yeah, but He did.
He did. All right. What is our big news story of the day?
This news story is actually a few weeks old, but I feel like it is definitely worth talking about. Florida bodybuilder pulling a $245,000 scam told the VA he could lift only 10 pounds.
Wait, what? Okay.
All right, here we go. Vanity prevented a Port St. Lucie, Florida man from getting away with taking $250,000 in Veteran Administration disability benefits by claiming, among other things, combat experience and arm and leg weakness that prevented him from lifting weights since 2010. While pulling the scam, bodybuilder Zachary Barton and his wife were posting pictures and videos online of Barton pushing heavy iron to build his physique and flexing in the gym on stage and contests. Investigators began tracking the muscular moves of Barton, such as moving furniture and regular workouts at gyms in Colorado Springs, Colorado, where Barton and his wife moved. Eventually, prosecutors had enough of a case against Barton that the 35-year-old U.S. Army vet pleaded guilty in West Palm Beach federal court to theft of government funds.
Okay, so basically he lied to the VA. Like, he actually could lift stuff. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I thought it was the reverse. I thought he was, like, lying. Like, I thought he was tricking the weightlifting organizations. Like, he couldn't lift weights, and he somehow tricked them all. I was like, whoa.
No, he was just like, I'm so weak, I can't do anything. And then he's, like, at the gym lifting, like, 300 pounds.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Barton submitted a benefits claim to the VA in April of 2012 that stated he was dealing with several issues, including Guillain-Barré syndrome and anxiety. Over the next 5 years, his percentage of disability, which is used to determine the amount of VA benefits, decreased, so Barton's benefits decreased. But on May 22, 2017, Barton's percentage evaluation for PTSD and persistent depressive disorder jumped from 30 to 70% after Barton said his symptoms were getting worse. His guilty plea said he claimed increased social impairment with deficiencies in work, school, and family relations, depressed mood, memory loss, anxiety, chronic sleep impairment, and total social occupational impairment and other mental health problems. Physically, he said, he had limited motion of the arm at the shoulder level and painful movement of the arm. Barton showed up for an August 7, 2019 exam using a cane, which he said he's been using for 9 years. He dropped a small book on the floor, indicating he had no strength to hold it. He claimed erectile dysfunction. He said his gym activities were limited to stretching using bands, sauna sitting, and weights of only 5 to 10 pounds, and he went only twice a week. Asked by the doctor about his size, Barton dismissed it with, "I am fat." But when asked about his muscle mass, he said, "I guess I have good genetics." But the previous month, law enforcement began collecting photos from the Facebook and Instagram accounts run by Barton and doing what he told the VA he could not. Such activities included strenuous weightlifting, executing bodybuilding poses, and competing in a bodybuilding competition. None of the post, images, or videos showed Barton using any assisting devices at any time. When investigators learned Barton was moving to Colorado Springs, they put a pole cam outside of Barton's Florida home. They saw Barton walking and, on August 23rd, moving furniture without any problems. Still, the VA granted his claim as having a spine degenerative disc disease related to his service, a problem that Barton said made it painful to even walk. That jacked his PTSD disability percentage to 100%. Barton would enjoy those full disability benefits only a short while. On June 23rd, the day after agents saw Barton walking and playing with his dogs, Barton skipped a scheduled VA examination. But he did hit up a Planet Fitness early that morning, at which he gave another man working out fitness advice. He told the man he'd been lifting the last 10 years, usually did cardio training in the morning and weights in the evenings. He told the man to meet him later at Flex Gym and Fitness for a workout. Before the workout, Barton warned it would be grueling, but he was a gym rat, a serious bodybuilder for 2.5 to 3 years. During the workout, Barton discussed performance-enhancing steroids and bragged his use didn't even affect his ability to get an erection, which ran counter to what he told VA doctors.
Oh my God, time out.
Yep.
This dude, all right, I was waiting to see where this is going. So this guy, he straight up is just like, "Yeah, doc, I need this cane. and my dick doesn't work anymore.
Yep.
And I'm so fat. Like, look at me, I'm so fat. And the doctor's like, are you sure that seems like a lot of muscles? Like, no, I'm just big bone, doc. I'm just big bone.
That's genetic.
I can't work out or do it. I'm just so fat. And oh yeah, I got dick problems, doc. And the doctor's like, all right, we're gonna help you out, dude. And then he goes to the gym and tells a random dude at the gym, he's like, my dick is a fully functioning weapon. Let me tell you, ladies better watch out. These muscles that are on my body are not fat. My bones are actually very, very small, and I am all muscle. And did I mention my dick works very well?
They say
I can't believe this guy.
The steroids are supposed to make it weak, but it's very strong.
If anything, it's made it way better. My giant magnum dong is... Did I mention I just moved? I lifted so much stuff. I saw these guys put out a camera outside of my house, and I thought, that's weird. They probably want to get footage of me moving because I'm so muscular. It's probably for my new video called How to Be Muscular and Have a Giant Dong, a fully functioning dong. Right? And the guy's like, what?
Yeah. Well, during the interview, Barton admitted to faking his disabilities to receive VA disability compensation benefits. Barton's guilty plea admits. Barton stated that he was not in combat and made up stories of combat to obtain a disability rating.
Oh my god.
He was not in combat and made everything up. What a guy.
This guy, besides lying to the VA to get money, he's also stolen valoring the hell out of this whole thing.
Bro, I was in combat, dude. They were coming in left and right. I was making moves. And I just saw my friends die before me. And I was like, oh man, PTSD now. Plus my dick doesn't work.
Yeah, and then he goes to meet the other guy and he's like, yeah, actually, I saved everyone's lives, and then the enemy retreated when they saw my fully functional giant dick. They said, let's get out of here. That guy's dick is huge. And it looks like it totally works. Also, his muscles are very big. It looks like his uniform barely fits, and his body armor doesn't cover all of his muscles. He's got body armor on his body armor. They tied two bulletproof vests together to wrap around his amazing muscles. He's so strong.
And then the clouds parted, the sun came out, and God appeared, and he said, wow, I'm glad I gave you the biggest dick of any human ever in history. I said, hey, thanks, God.
I can't believe I can't believe verbatim he was like, oh, doc, I have erectile dysfunction. I'm so ashamed. And then, like, he's the next day is in this room like, bro, have I ever told you about my weaponized dong?
I tie weights to it, and I lift it. It's the best. That's how you get powerful erection. You tie weights to your dick. Just lift them up.
I can't believe this dude. What a fake asshole.
Plus, if you look at this guy, you will see.
Oh, do you have a photo of this man?
Oh, is there? Here you go. He's got the most powerful neck beard.
Dude, all right. Two things. One.
Yeah.
He 100% has like the Amish style of neck beard.
Yeah.
Where he has no mustache. He just has the beard.
Yep.
But it doesn't go up to his lower lip. It's just around his jaw, which is already hilarious.
Yep.
2. His upper body is ripped to hell. How anyone said this, like how he convinced anyone that he was fat is insane.
Yeah.
But 3, and the funniest part, this dude has never done leg day once.
Oh yeah, no. He's
this
like
dude's legs are so thin.
He's got like my legs.
His upper body, his. You know how like in the 90s they would draw comic book superheroes really distorted with like massive muscles? That's his upper body. And then his lower body is like little twigs.
Like his upper arms are like 3 times the size of his legs.
It's this dude. I don't know if it's the glasses and the backwards hat, or if it's like the shorts with the little skinny legs, but something about this dude screams like nerd who just wants to be taken seriously.
That's the other one.
Is this his girlfriend? Who is this person?
That's his wife.
That's his wife?
Yeah.
You know what? There's no way you could convince. His wife looks like a girl who has never left the gym. Like, she is ripped. And you're telling me that she, like, you know what? That fat loser with no dick, I'm definitely going to stay with him. There's no way.
She knew. She knew the secret. That he wasn't a fat loser with his dick not working. He had the super dick. He was roiding up, bulking up. It all checks out. And then he was making bank. He was bringing in like $250,000.
That's incredible. How, man? How? That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's Florida.
All right, my dude. That's fine. It's sad though. Like, this guy is physically fit. He like clearly has a loving relationship.
Yeah.
Why does he need to lie so much? And more importantly, why did he need to be like, I fought in combat? And I'm all like, you don't need to do that. Why? What made him think maybe because he got him more money? That's so sleazy.
I don't know. Like he could have been like a trainer. He like so many things. And
yes, dude, like, definitely could have been a trainer.
Yeah. So I don't know. He's that guy.
He is that guy, that's for sure. Oh my god. Well, you don't be that guy. Instead, keep listening to Cox and Crendor, so you can get caught up on, I don't know, whatever the hell Florida man's doing, I guess.